This episode is made possible by Shin Yung Performing Arts. Experience the beauty of ancient China before communism. Elon Musk has just bought Twitter and intends to take it private. And the reaction from the Twitter employees was very subtle. Ah! Seriously. Maybe, just maybe, Donald Trump will be restored to the Twitter platform. As you know, he was removed because Twitter was concerned about the risk of further incitement of violence. Hillary, however, who's called Donald Trump stolen and illegitimate for the entirety of his presidency, never had her platforms shut down. And whenever I've said that, I get the same pushback. Well, Hillary's supporters did not storm the Capitol on January 6th. That's because Hillary wasn't president on January 6th. Implication seems to be that Hillary's supporters are peaceful, and had the shoe been on the other foot, they would have accepted this very close loss despite all of the alleged shenanigans, and they would have rubbed some dirt on it and said, hey, let's just get back in the game 4 years from now. What is your basis for saying that? When Donald Trump won the presidency in November 2016, there were violent protests all over the country in 40 different cities. And when Donald Trump was inaugurated the third week of January 2017, 200 people were arrested for street protests, some of which were violent. The second pushback is, well, Hillary did not file a lawsuit to overturn the 2016 election. Au contraire, mon frere, she joined the lawsuit that was filed by Jill Stein and filed a separate motion to have the recount conducted by hand. Pushback number 3. Well, Hillary conceded, Donald Trump did not. Google Donald Trump concede 2020 and Google Hillary concede 2016. They both conceded. Neither used the C word, the word concede, but Donald Trump right now is in Mar-a-Lago and Joe Biden is in the White House. A lot of people were anticipating that Donald Trump would barricade himself in the White House. He'd have to be dragged out, kicking and screaming. He left. So please don't give me this nonsense about Hillary's supporters would have been peaceful, and Hillary did not file a lawsuit, and by the way, Hillary conceded and Donald Trump did not. Now, a federal judge struck down the federal mask mandate, and when it was announced, these passengers were ecstatic.
We just got an announcement a few minutes ago. Some of you may have seen the press release today that a judge overturned the mask mandate.
Yay.
My company announces at this moment, if you choose to, you may remove your mask.
Woo!
If you remain concerned or you're compromised, you certainly can keep your mask on.
And I just checked with the company, and the company position is, the Delta position is, masks will be optional this evening for all crew and passengers as well. So it is cause to celebrate, but for those who want to wear masks, please feel free to, but it is optional, and that way we can alleviate any stress and discomfort. Thank you very much.
On our Delta hub, it says masks now optional for employees, customers following White House.
Joy Reid over on MSNBC Hee Haw melting down over this. By the way, Joy Reid, you can still put on your mask whenever you want.
You're in a tube where I feel like people cough more when they get on there. They get on the flight and everybody's hacking up a lung. And now people are like, yay, whipping off the masks. And, to the point that Sarah made, I think is absolutely correct. If I got on that flight and all of a sudden there was an announcement mid-flight, I can't get off the plane. And now because this judge, who was rated unqualified, like she was an intern like 6 years ago, now she's a federal judge. She got on at 33 years of age, Trump's youngest and probably worst appointment. She basically is one of those people who's tired of wearing a mask and ruled as such. I don't see anything in just the reading through what she says. This is part of her ruling. This is her genius ruling. Wearing a mask cleans nothing. The mask's only about cleaning. At most, it traps virus droplets, but it neither sanitizes the person wearing the mask nor sanitizes the conveyance. This is a lady who's never tried a case in court. Her only trial experience was as an intern when she was in college. The ABA said she's not. For her to by herself be able to say no mask mandate to me is outrageous.
Now, what's wrong with this picture? You can tell when you're in California. Before we move on, let me share with you something incredible. And that's our sponsor for today's episode, Shin Young Performing Arts. I'm telling you, this is one of those shows that you just have to see at least once in your life. These guys portraying Chinese culture like you've never seen before. The story, the dance, the color, the music, everything is just sheer spectacular. And they pride themselves on showing you China before communism.
I feel better about the world. I feel uplifted.
It touches you. It really does.
The expertise of the dancers was really, really strong.
To know that it was live music was really fantastic.
We didn't want to miss this.
Make sure you see it.
Have to come. Life-changing.
I'm so happy to have teamed up with Shin Young Performing Arts to offer waived booking fee on tickets to all Shin Young shows, especially for our viewers. They'll be in the greater LA area from April 28th to May 29th. And they're touring all across the country, so if you search on their website, you'll find a show near where you live. So click on the link below to learn more. File this under Hell Has Frozen Over. Over on MSNBC, you have hosts conceding that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis may, just may, have done the right thing. Listen to this.
I was critical of Governor DeSantis, still am, during the height of COVID. Yeah. But if you really look at the numbers, Florida actually came out
He's got a story to tell.
All right. He has a story to tell.
And the economy is strong.
And the economy is strong.
He may have a story to tell. No, you have a story to tell. Recall how you attacked this man? Now to the race card. Do not leave home without it.
In the 90s, the Republicans used that money, big time money, to win the elections. They weren't supposed to really, because it's not political money, but it was messaging money. And a certain speaker came along and used that. So it was a way to protect the financial assets of the rich. The free market system was not in danger. It wasn't a reason, it was an excuse. But it was big money, and it still is endless money. Endless money. Now, I don't paint all of those very wealthy people as racist, anti-Semites, and whatever, Trumpian, but that's how they vote.
Did she say money? You know how these dastardly Republicans use money to influence an election?
The greatest billionaire assault on election integrity we've ever seen.
It was a partial takeover of the election system.
You had an entire Democratic Party petrified.
We can look straight in the eye at Mark Zuckerberg. That's why Joe Biden won.
He's putting money under the guise that he's going to open up the election. That's all crap.
Rigged, now playing.
It was a rigged election. People have to find out what happened.
Now, Democrats supposedly do not want Biden to run again. But do you know who has a different idea about this? Biden.
If you look at polls, then not a lot of Democrats are super excited about a second Biden administration, the way it's going. But a lot of Democrats think Biden, because he's an incumbent president, is the best one to defeat whoever is on the Republican side. Certainly right now, the polls suggest Donald Trump is the favorite. But he has said he's going to run again, and we shall see. I don't see any, the Democrats don't have a deep bench, so I think that if Biden is healthy, he's probably going to run again.
But they're stuck with Joe Biden. Remember, Joe Biden had two tasks. The first was to make sure Bernie Sanders was not the party's nominee in 2020, and the second was to make sure that you-know-who did not get reelected. After that, they couldn't have cared less if Joe Biden dropped dead on Tuesday. They figured they had somebody waiting in the wings, a younger, smarter Kamala Harris. They did not know she was going to be a disaster, but they still don't care whether it's crime, whether it's borders, whether it's unemployment, whether it's inflation. As long as Orange Man is not president, these guys are happy. Well, that's all for today's Larry Elder on YouTube. We're now showing a shorter version of our show on YouTube. That's after being censored and demonetized for a whole year. Full episode can be watched on our website, epictv.com/Larry Elder. That's epictv.com/Larry Elder.